during China's one-child policy, the average number of children per woman in China was, I think, close to 3. So during their one-child policy, the average was still already 3. So that now they're just saying it's okay. It's not like women in China were only having one child. That didn't occur.
Send me some numbers on that. Let's see, because
I'll send you the numbers on that.
Because
yeah, I spent a month in China. I met with a lot of people. I had a girl with me that was my age at the time, and she was from China herself, fluent in Mandarin. We spent time in Suzhou, inland Tibet. We got all the way to Tibet. And so like I was witnessing this firsthand. I was talking with people all across that country, and they're like, no, I've got 3 kids, and these are people that were our parents' generation, right? I was with a girl that was my
age. Our parents' generation wouldn't have been in the one-child policy. Fair
enough. How old do you think the one-child policy adults would have been?
It would have been like I think the one-child policy came in place in 80. The one-child policy came in 1980, because they had the 2-child policy in the 70s, and so the mid 80s.
Okay, 2-child in the 70s,
and then the policy also modified in the mid 80s to allow rural parents a second child. So the rule is a little bit different than the thing, but you could more like
So even under 2-child policy, they were still in excess of that on average
in the rural areas, but not in the main. That's not where not the main cities. I mean, if you go look at the amount of,
I got the same answer everywhere I was. They were like, "Yeah, we don't pay attention to that."
Well, okay, go look at the recent report that they released on their demographic numbers.
If in America they tell you can't have guns, are you going to abide by that? If they say you can only have one gun, are you going to be like, "Yeah, okay, I'm just going to have one gun"? Or if in America, I mean, people don't do just because it's stated and it's an edict. People are not going to just do because the government says that you have to do this. Similar in China, even though they're much more heavy-handed with it. That's just not what my experience has been in China, nor with the data that I've played with.
Interesting. Because if you look at the current census data, the annual growth rate was 0.53% over the past 10 years, which is down 0.5%. And they just released, I don't have the report in front of me, but their birth rate is below the replacement level. So it's not, I mean, unless you're saying that China is actually putting out numbers that would indicate a demographic collapse that they don't have.
Shocker.
Trying to incentivize people to have children.
China not being honest, I can't believe that one.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I would. Well, so I would suspect that. Let's see here. Well, I'm trying to find what the replacement level is.
Here in 1980, here's the number. In 1980, their population was 1 billion. They went to 1.5 billion over the next 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't nearly double your population by having one child. That's from Worldometer.
So that's from when to when?
80 to 2010. So 30 years. You double you 1.5x your population off of a 1-child policy or a 2-child policy. That doesn't occur. Granted, I will say this too. This is very confusing for a lot of people. When you're talking about populations, and climate change is a population problem, if you're honest about it. Those people all are consuming things, and they want to consume things that require energy. And where are you going to get that? You need that from energy dense resources. But in 1980, there were 2 billion children. I think it was age 15 and under. All right. So 1980, 2 billion children. Guess how many children there are today in that same age demographic? 2 billion. It hadn't changed. We're not growing because we're having more kids. We're growing because we're living longer.